product rules, you can do this and expand one by one. Okay, so you get 25, 10 root 3, 10 root 3, and then 4 times a 3. So 37 plus 20 root 3 is the final answer. Okay, do corrections. Shh. Okay, following. Second one, part B, you are expected to rationalize. So to rationalize, you need to introduce the conjugate pair. Okay, remember to put in your brackets. So when you expand, the bottom becomes 4 square minus 3 square root 2 square. I need to see this step. And then the top, you expand normally. Okay, one by one. This one becomes 36. And then the bottom is minus 16 plus 12 root 2. So I need to see this correct simplification to give you your method mark. And then, of course, the base must be correct. So the bottom is 16. Minus 3 square is 9. Square of square root 2 is just 2. This one you can split further to root 9 and root 2. Square root 36 is just 6. And then this one cannot simplify anymore. So finally, square root 9 is a 3. 3 times 4 is 12. I have a 12 root 2 here, a 18, a 16, and a plus root 2. So at the bottom is a negative 2. So these two adds up to 24 root 2. These two adds up to negative 34. When you divide by negative 2, I realize some of you don't know how to simplify it. It just means you divide these two by negative 2 separately. So 24 divided by negative 2 is negative 12. Negative 34 divided by negative 2 is plus 17. So you should end up with this. Okay, 3 marks. So rationalizing and simplifying your final answer. Some of you reach this part but cannot simplify further. Yes. You want to go and take quickly? Okay, so the first quiz not fantastic. Second quiz must be better. Okay, part C is this one. You can deal with the two of them separately. Number 1, expansion here gives you 1 mark. This will be 3 root 18. Root 6 times root 3 is root 18. And then the second mark is where you rationalize here. Okay, so the negative is outside. Just go and do the simplification at the bottom. Yes?
So if you write the 4 square root of 3 square 18 is 1 mark.
Yeah, this one is 1 mark.
And they do give you.
Okay, then later I give you. Okay, this one I expand. Ignore the negative first. I'm not dealing with it yet. It's outside of the fraction. So this will be, what is 38 times 5? 40, 190. Okay, and then this one will be 76 root 3. At the bottom, you square both of them. This one you can press calculator, no problem. Okay, so I will try to split it up to make it as simple as I can. So this one is 9 and 2. Okay, and then at the top, you realize that at the bottom is 25 times 2, which is 50. And then 4 times 3, which is 12. So this thing is 2. So 4 times 2 is 8. 8 root 3. Plus this is 3. 3 times 3 is 9. 9 root 2. And then this one actually, if you look at it carefully, you can simplify first. Can you see that this one can divide by 38, left 2. This one divide by 38 gives you 5. So it's actually just now this thing, you can cancel it out nicely if you don't expand from the start. Okay, so finally, if you simplify everything, you'll get negative 5 root 2 minus 2 root 3. So a lot of you miss out that this one becomes a negative. So your BODMAS, you must be very clear. So 6 root 3 and 4 root 2 is the final answer. Okay, so deal with it part by part before you combine them and simplify. Okay, search is all about this. You split the perfect squares up, simplify, you rationalize, and then the last type is equation. Okay, equation I tell you before, try to rearrange them until your square root is on one side. Then all the other terms on the other side. Then you square both sides to get rid of the square root. Yes. If you want also can, but after that you must rationalize. Yeah, whichever easier. So the square root disappear, become x plus 5. This one, I don't know why. For the longest time already, I still have some of you confused about the expansion because of the negative sign. Can you see that this is a square minus 2ab? That means you don't copy down the negative here. The negative here is here. You only copy down the b. And then plus b square. So I always have some of you expanding it wrongly. So actually it's 1 square minus 2, 1 and x, not negative x. Okay, plus x square. But if you are confused, you just expand this at the side. Work a bit harder. Then at least this part you won't expand wrongly. Okay, I always have a group of you who got this wrong. Okay, because you don't need to put the negative or not. Okay, so if you eventually simplify, you will have a quadratic expression here, like this. And then you factorize to get this. And then when you eventually solve it, you have this or this. Don't lose answer mark. Sub back in and check if it makes sense or not. Okay, if you put your 4 back into the equation, it will be invalid because square root 9 is not equals to negative 3. So this one must reject. Okay, it's invalid. But when you put in this, it gives you 2. And then 1 minus negative 1 is also 2. So you know this one is valid. So this is the only solution. This one you need to reject. So to get the answer mark here, check your solution. Okay, squaring, factorizing, and final answer. Okay, sometimes there might be solution that you need to reject. Okay, so this quiz you can file in to your file, update the marks. Okay, if you have done it as homework, you can pass to me to mark. The left, the B. Okay. Okay, next one is the worksheet. I asked you all to go home and do the extension one, take out. Let's go through those that you need help with. Don't tell me all. You also don't have?
I only got my notes. I didn't get the...
Ashriel, do you get the extra copy? Can you pass to Raj? Jeff. Then Skylar, where's the extra copy you took? Where's the extra copy you took? Can you pass to Raj? He doesn't have any extra. It's on your table. It's on your table. Oh, okay. Okay, then give to Raj. You all collect for people, then change one eh. Anyhow.
I thought I should collect for Raj.
I had Jeff.
Bro, you want to just take a picture of mine?
Skylar, I had Jeff. I had Jeff.
Very sad. Choose your friends wisely.
I chose
They sabo you at the wrong time.
For you.
Okay, next one. Your extension worksheet. Okay, I will send you another. I will print out another copy for you. Poor thing. You know I always print exactly 30 copies. I give to your friend means I don't have already. Okay, so your friend, please be responsible. Give it in the condition I give you. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4. Which one you need me to go through? 3 and 4. Okay, let's look at 3. Yes. What happened? Question 2 also. Okay, I'll go through 2 also. Okay, let's look at 3 first. Shh. If you look at the equation, you see that there are 2 terms with x. So you want to group them together because your goal is to solve for x. So I will want to group my 2 terms together first, and then leave my root 8 over there. So I ask myself, can I simplify more? Then you realize that actually this one can split to 16 and 3. So I simplify first. Then this one I can also split to 4 and 2. I want to involve perfect squares. So this will just become 4x root 3. This one will become x root 3. This one will be 2 root 2. So if you take out the x, 4 root 3 minus root 3, it is just 3 root 3 left. Okay, so to solve for it, I divide by my 3 root 3. And then my final answer, they say leave it like that. Can you see that the denominator has no surds? When there's no surds, they want you to rationalize. So get rid of the root 3 by multiplying by root 3. Okay, there's one notation that we can use for multiply, which is dot. So in A math, right, we like to use dot to represent multiply. So if you use a big dot there, it can replace multiply. Okay, so if you do see that in some of your worksheets, it just means multiply. Okay, so I simplify. Root 2 root 3 is just root 6. And then root 3 is just another 3. So your final answer is 2 root 6, 9. Ravan, I must always remember the Italian way. Ravan, I keep hearing your voice as feedback. Discussing, okay. Okay, so this kind of question is likely to happen in exams because a lot of you will forget that you can simplify the x first. So don't lose silly marks. Okay, look at question 4 now. Looks complicated, but don't be scared. They want you to show that this one becomes this. So this is the left hand side of the expression. I want to show that it eventually becomes my right hand side. So what I will do is from the left hand side of my equation, I will try to rationalize. Because if you look at the right hand side, there's no denominator. So if I rationalize this, I will introduce this, the conjugate pair. So when this happens, the denominator is this square minus this square. The top is still this. No change. So at the bottom, I'm left with this. At the top, I have this. So P minus P minus 1. So at the denominator, you are only left with minus 1. Which means you will flip the two terms on top. Correct. So you either switch the two position or you can write it as this, shown, which is equal to your right hand side. Okay, So it's just normal rationalization. Nothing that they are trying to trap you there. Still copying 3 or not? Shouldn't be, ah. Okay, this is from part A. From A. I want to use my result from part A to deduce this. Okay, so I don't know what the question wants, but I know they want me to use this and link it to this. So you realize that this becomes at the back of the fraction, and then this is at the front. So that means I will tell myself the second term I write first minus the very first one for this first expression. Okay, if I use this result. Same thing I repeat for the second one. The second term I write first, and then I write the first one as a subtraction. So I'll repeat the third one. Second term, then I write the first one as a subtraction. So by right, technically you keep repeating this process until the very last one. It will be root 9 minus root 8. Yes, I'm following the application here, because when I see a fraction like this, it's equivalent to writing the second one first, subtract the first one. So the second one, subtract the first. So I apply the same thing. Second one, subtract the first. So I keep repeating this one. Second one, subtract the first. Then I try to see whether there's a pattern. So you will see that this one cancels out. Okay, then this one cancels out with the next one. So your suspicion is this one will cancel out with the next one. And then eventually, this one will also cancel out with the one in front. Okay, so what are the terms you are left with? Will be these two only. If you are not convinced, you write out every single thing and then cross out. You'll be left with this plus root 9. So this is minus 1. This is plus 3. So your final answer is 2. That's all. They just want you to be able to see the connection. Yes. Okay, one more time. This is what I have from part 1. This is part A. So let's call this the second one. This is the first one. They say the result ends up with the second minus the first. So if I apply this to my first formula I see here, it will be equivalent to my second one minus the first one, according to this from part A. So the second expression I see here, which is root 2 plus root 3, I will end up having root 3 minus root 2. So I'm replacing with this. So keep repeating. This is root 3 plus root 4. So I'll end up having root 4 minus root 3. So you can keep doing the same thing one by one until you eventually reach root 9. Okay, I just might as well write the whole thing for you, so that you can see and be convinced. So this is root 6 minus root 5. Then I have root 6. Root 7 minus root 6. Root 8 minus root 7. And then the last one, root 9 minus root 8. So can you see that this one and this is gone? This and this is gone. So it will cancel out until eventually I'm only left with this one and this one. Yes. Can, because this is root 2 minus root 2 gone. Yeah. Okay, so these are just application questions, seeing whether you can relate the first part to the second. Okay, last question. My lesson ends at 11:40. Oh, okay, 40, still got 5 minutes. Okay, you also wanted me to go through 2. Okay, P is 2 plus K minus 2 minus K. They say find P. And they tell me that K is 1 over root 7. So I'm going to plug in 1 over root 7. Okay, this one looks very scary. You can actually rewrite it like this. First. Divide, you can change it to this first. Okay, so what you can do is make this into one fraction. Combine into one fraction first. This one you also combine into one fraction. So what I'm doing is I combine these two into one by making them have the same denominator. Okay? Then now I do my keep, change, flip. So keep this. Change this. And flip this. Then I realize my root 7 cancels out. Then now I just have to do my rationalization. So to rationalize, I multiply this. Okay, wait, I copy this wrongly. By 2 root 7 plus 1. So this is also 2 root 7 plus 1. Okay, at the bottom, I square this. Okay, and then at the top, I get 4 times 7. I got missing student. Okay, final answer is 29 plus 4 root 7 divide by 7 times 4, 28 minus 1, 27. Okay, cannot simplify already, so leave your answer like that. Yeah. One? This one? Because I have this left that nobody can cancel out, and this one. You square root 1 is 1 ma. So there's a minus 1 in front. Negative is outside. Yeah. So this one will end up being 2. Okay, that's it. So tomorrow, right, we will start with coordinate geometry. Okay, anyway, what I've been told is your WA, your A math topics are out. WA2, it will be chapter 3 certs,
And chapter 4.
chapter 4 polynomials and partial fractions, and chapter 7 coordinate geometry. Yeah? 3 chapters. O level. For A math is 19 chapters. You are learning 10 this year, 9 next year. Yeah. E math, if I'm not wrong, we have 10 chapters in Sec 3, 5 chapters in Sec 4. Yeah. Okay, E math they haven't say yet, but you know that we haven't tested indices, right? We have inequality. So chapter 3 is indices. Chapter 4, which is the next one we are learning, is coordinate geometry.
Wait, isn't that chapter 7?
Which one? No, E math there's a coordinate geometry. So we shift up the A math chapter 7 so that these two are connected, so that you don't learn a lot extra. It is quite similar. Okay, and then I guess this one may have, may not have, is chapter 5, functions and graph.
Again.
Okay, so remember in chapter 1, you were not tested on graph plotting, but I guess they should put it here. And your graphs will not just be smiley curve, frowning curve. You will start seeing shapes like this, like this. Okay? So the only thing is the plot that you come up with might be of different shape, but the scale is the same. Okay, so you are not learning a lot of things that are new. Okay, so this one I don't know whether it's going to be tested or not. It could be partially tested. Okay, but this is roughly the plan. Usually, EMATH test will happen first, which is around week 7. I don't have the dates yet. Then AMATH will be 1 week later. Okay, wrong. This one is 8. This one is the 7. So AMATH usually is 1 week later than E. Okay, but this is the rough idea in case you want to start studying first. Okay, so tomorrow bring these notes. Anyone doesn't have the chapter 4 coordinate geometry notes? I believe Raj. Don't have? You have, Jeff? Okay. It looks like this. Anyone don't have? I didn't give one. Then Vishan have.
Astro gave me one.
Then who else don't have? Hashi, you have?
I think I have what?
This one you have?
Yeah, we don't have
Okay.
What does it look like?
Like that. Last lesson I gave you all first. The tick one that says chapter 4 coordinate geometry EMATH. Okay, I will bring the spare next lesson, but make sure you bring tomorrow. Okay, that's it. I should be giving another search quiz at a later time because it's not yet. But search is not difficult. You just need to be careful. Okay, that's all. I've overrun slightly. What lesson is it now? Okay,
You overrun as much.
Cannot. I got another lesson. Yo,